Scorpio, welcome to your October reading. Thanks so much for coming. As always, please don't forget to hit like and subscribe. You'll find both of those buttons below. Let's just get straight into your reading. I had a lot of fun with this one because I had to think a little bit, but I think what I've got does fit for you and you, Scorpio, and for this time right now. Top row is recent past. That could be this morning, that could be 2 weeks ago, could be 6 months ago. You know the answer to that. Second row, so the middle row, is kind of what's happening, what's going on right now, kind of current or about to happen energies. And the bottom row is what we anticipate for the future. And by future, I mean kind of this month to 6 weeks-ish, coming up, I'd say pretty soon. So let's start at the top. Up at the top left, the Page of Wands. Scorpio, I think that's you. Page of Wands is curious, enthusiastic, eager to learn, kind of ready for the next adventure, but both feet on the ground and kind of ready to dig in. Next to the page, you see the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is kind of nice looking, nice fancy horse, but Knight of Wands is kind of here for a good time, not for a long time. So that gave me a bit of a moment of caution. But for your past energies, you might know who this person was or what this represented to you. You'll need the answer to that. The reason I'm kind of casting the Knight of Wands the way I do is because next to the Knight, you see the Hermit. And the Hermit is definitely a going within card. And all of us had that, that dark night of the soul kind of moment, whether it was, an hour, an evening, a week, whatever the case may be. I think it's not unhealthy. I think it's necessary. The reason I say that it's necessary, don't forget that the Hermit's holding a lantern. So that's the light to guide the way. And even though those times can be hard, they're very necessary because look at the row below. The first card you see on the left is the Star. That card, the Star, is traditionally Aquarius. That might mean something to you, might not. That, in my mind, is the light from the Hermit's lantern. Actually made manifest. So what you've done, Scorpio, is you've taken that time from going within, from dealing with whatever came along in your past, and you've turned it into something good. It's made you better, it's made you stronger, and ready to take on whatever's next on your path, which is obviously the most important because this is all for you. In the middle, you see the Eight of Coins. So talk about making it manifest. This is your doing the work card. So this is your finances. This is building your own mini empire. This is making your money, kind of going out in the world and basically doing it right. Next to that, you see the Queen of Swords. I like the Queen of Swords. She doesn't take any guff from anyone. Her sword is at the ready. She's very black and white. You're in or you're out. There's not a lot of middle ground. She's going to make the decision. Based on the past we have before that card, everything in the row, same row and the row above, I think you've done your thinking. I think you've put the time in, and I think the decisions you're making will be solid and good for you. Hard that you've earned it, but that's kind of how life has to go sometimes. In the bottom row, this is your coming up. Knight of Swords. Please don't assign gender to any of these cards. All of them can be male or female, however you'd like to take it. Please do so. So bottom row, Knight of Swords. Again, Scorpio, this is you. This is you charging off a little bit because in the middle row, you've done your work. You have your dream. I think you have your directions. You know who fits. You know who doesn't. And you're moving ahead. You're forging. Even though some days it might not feel like it, you are. You definitely are in so many ways. So positive, fantastic, amazing. You go for it. Beside the Knight, you see King of Wands and Queen of Wands. These are the cards that made me pause for a bit, because so many times when you see a court couple, you think romance. King and Queen, this is how great, how romantic. The reason I had to pause is because nowhere in this reading, Scorpio, there's no cups. Cups are emotions. Cups are romance. Cups are feelings. There's no emotions here, no emotional cards. I see that it might have fit with kind of where you might have been in the past, and that's fine. There's no judgment there. But what I believe with the King and Queen of Wands, I believe these are people who are either family, friends, people you're about to meet, so people who are in your environment now or will be soon, who are good. They're solid. They can be mentors, they can be your supporters, your cheering squad, whatever the case may be. Keep them by your side. They're exactly who you need right now and who you deserve, because you've done your work, you've earned those people, and you give the value of friendship that you get as well. So I think all of that is fantastic. So sorry about the romance, but I think possibly new things are coming along because of that Knight of Swords. He's charged and ready to go. So I think all of this is super positive. The bottom of the deck was 2 of coins. I say that to the end just to remind you how many choices you have. Don't ever feel stuck, Scorpio. Don't ever feel like, there's no more options, there's nothing coming along, because you don't know that. There's always another corner. There's always something new coming along, which is half the fun, I think, of being alive, is that there's just so much more we don't know yet, and that's part of the great adventure. The Vampire Oracle card that came up for you, I'm putting out last because I still want to put that as a caution. The card says religion, as you can already see, and she looks so serious, so kind of set. My only caution for you, Scorpio, is because there were no emotion cards, because we saw hurt in the past with your Hermit card, and maybe people who weren't treating you quite right. Don't paint everyone with the same brush. And please don't sacrifice your heart for your head. Everything in this reading was headstrong, leading with solid thoughts, solid, strategies, things like that. That's all wonderful. That's really, really good. Just don't forget your heart has to have a spot too. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope something resonated for you. Thank you so much. I'll see you later in the month. Take care. Bye now.